Hello, I'm back again to talk about, you guessed it, American domestic politics. And again, I'm going to revisit the Civil War with the Democratic Party, which again is a fight that needs to be had because this party has to change. We need a new branding. We need a new type of politics in this country. Okay? We already know MAGA is a sinking cult. It's happening. They're now shown for the charlatans they are. Okay? And the country overall, everybody's looking for a populist alternative to the status quo. This is why we have all these different movements and fractions rise up, because people are not happy with the two-party system. Sometimes they don't realize that's the issue, but it's fact. Well, apparently, Bernie Sanders and Hakeem Jeffries had a talk. Hakeem Jeffries is feeling threatened now. His power feels threatened, and now he's trying to have talks with Bernie Sanders and DSA members, Democratic Socialists of America, begging them to stay out of congressional primaries because, as you see, they're starting to win. And the truth is, the Democratic Party's not afraid that MAGA will beat DSA members or socialists. What they're afraid of is they will actually win. They will defeat the Democratic Party's power structure. And they will defeat MAGA. They're fearing that the power that these incumbents and these elitists have benefited off for so long will be taken away. That's what they're afraid of. It has nothing to do with them fearing about electability. The electability is nonsense because, let's be honest, the status quo Democratic Party has not done a very good job defeating MAGA. Let's just be honest here, okay? That's just fact, you know? So I'm going to show you guys a clip about the Civil War literally happening and how finally the populist left is starting to win the argument. Because we need a real populist front in this country. And again, you can be populist left. You can also be for race and diversity issues too. You can walk and chew gum at the same time. And you see the model of the Mayor Mondami kind of effect, where he doesn't run from his values. He sticks to what he believes without alienating people. And at the same time is actually delivering for people. And people actually like what this guy is selling. They like it because they feel it's genuine. And he's actually doing something. Okay? That's the fact right there. He's actually doing something. He's delivering for the constituents. And he's staying strong on message, and he's using, obviously, charisma and good vibes, too, which helps. But, yeah, you're seeing that. But, which I would also love to mention, the only member of Congress right now, the current member of Congress that's in the House of Representatives right now, that has actually fought against war crimes and genocide, the most vocal voice has been Rashida Tlaib. Probably one of the only members of Congress. One member of Congress out of all the people that are in office, even people that are in that squad. She's the only one that's spoken up the most against war crimes. The good news is there's more people in office that just in one election cycle got elected to office just like her. So we're probably going to see a lot more of that, which is encouraging. And I'd argue the Progressive Caucus, they need to have stricter standards of what they call progressive. Because there's people in the quote-unquote Progressive Caucus who are not actually progressive, that are voting to fund genocidal wars, that are voting for military intervention. Okay. And they're part of the Progressive Congressional Caucus. That label, Progressive Congressional Caucus, means nothing anymore, because they don't actually use their power even when they have it. And that's the difference between the Freedom Caucus and the Progressive Congressional Caucus. The Freedom Caucus, even though they're a minority within the Republican Party, they use their power to get what they want. They steer the Republican Party the direction they want them to go. Now, for the worst, unfortunately, but I would argue the DSA, they need to have an actual DSA caucus at this point. They need a real progressive congressional caucus. They need a caucus that's cohesive, has higher standards of who is actually a progressive, and they need to hold the line to fight harder for working class people and speak out against forever-ending wars. That needs to be done. That is something that needs to be had. That's just fact. Anyways, y'all, I'm going to show you this video in a minute here. You guys have a great night. I'll see you later. Goodbye. Love y'all.